Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a springtime makeup look. I am such a summer baby as I was born in January, so I love the warm weather. Spring 2 days away, I wanted to create a makeup look that can be taken into the warmer months, especially because we're going to be wearing a lot of like whites, baby pinks, nudes, all the colors that you can't really wear in the winter because it just, I don't know, it doesn't really go. It's only like blacks and things like that. So I wanted to create this makeup look. I used my Morphe palette, which I really don't tend to gravitate towards. So when I was looking through all my palettes trying to gain a little bit of inspiration, I saw the palette is the 35R. I actually picked this up when I was in America at the Burbank store, which is the Morphe brushes. What I really love about it is there's such a variation of nudes and warm sort of tones. You also have 3 to 4 panels of matte shades and also 3 rows of shimmer shades. So you can really create some really pretty makeup looks with using that palette and not any other. So I wanted to create a makeup look that had a really pretty shimmery look to it without being too much. Something that you can wear during the day, a really glowy makeup look with a lot of highlights, slight contouring, nothing too crazy, but also a little bit darker of a lip that isn't going to be typically a nude. I find it really hard to wear reds and any of those sort of tones, so I'm always trying to look for lipsticks that tend to suit my skin tone, that don't make my lips go too purpley, but also I quite like the darker sort of tones, especially when you are doing a lighter eyelid. So if you want to learn how I created this really light, pretty, glowy makeup look ready for spring, just keep on watching. Okay, so to start off this look, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Cosmetics lip injections. This just gives us a nice fuller pout while we're doing our makeup to be ready for when we get to the lips. Then I'm going to be using my Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral and just buffing that onto my lids with my damp beauty blender. I like to do this before I do an eyeshadow look just so that there is all my veins covered up and it starts with a nice clean base. And then once we have set that, I am going to be taking my fluffy brush and taking this shade right here that I am using from this palette. I'm going to buff this into my crease. This is going to be my transition shade where I'm going to use to blend in the colors together. This is going to be one of the main tones. I'm going to make sure that this is blended really nicely into the crease and brought all the way forward to the front of the lid, which I don't normally do, but just for a little bit of extra color, I quite like to do that. I feel like it just gives that really nice fuller color all over the lid. Then always making sure that both eyes are clean buffed. It doesn't matter if you get too much everywhere because we're going to clean that up afterwards as well. Then with a deeper shade from the same palette, I am going to take a flatter sort of brush and just go out to the outer V of my eye. I like to start adding a little bit of color this way, and then once I have got it to the sort of area that I want it, I like to start tapping it in. This gives it a more concentrated color to the lid, and I'm going to be also doing that on the other side. These are the 2 colors that I'm going to be using majority of, and you'll find that I'll go back and forth between the 2. I like to just build the color up by tapping it and then going back through and blending it with my fluffy brush, just with whatever's left on the brush from where I've used with the transition shade. I'm not really adding anything more because I don't want it to go any darker, but I just feel like it just kind of blends those two colors in together. Then deepening up again, I'm just going to tap that on to the outer V just until I'm like happy with the way that the color has come out, and again buffing that. So it's a pretty repetitive. Then with this shimmer tone, I am going to be using my finger because I feel like this is the best way to apply it to the lid to give it a more natural look. I didn't want it to be too out there, so I felt like if I just used my finger with nothing else on it, it will just sit nicer on my lid, which it did, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. And again, with that fluffy brush, I'm going to take that and just blend that in together. Then with that other shimmer shade, I'm going to grab a bullet brush and just run that along my eyebrow bone just to give a little bit of a pop, just to shimmer it sort of up a little bit. And then, like I said, taking my Neutrogena makeup wipe and cleaning up that area. Also for mascara, I'm using a new one. This one is from CoverGirl. It is called So Lashy. I love this one because it has a really flat paddle on it, and then it's really good. The knob on the end, as you can probably see, you'll be able to tell when I'm doing my lower lash line, but it just really separates. I just love this. It really makes a full, thicker lash. Now I'm just grabbing some individual lashes. I'm only going to do 3 individuals on either side. I'm going to take a longer, medium, and short and just work my way inwards, just by giving a natural lash look. Sometimes I feel like with certain makeup looks you really don't need to go all out, and this can be just as effective. Once we have finished that, I have applied my foundation. I am using the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. I've done a first review on it, so you'll find out about my thoughts on that one. Then taking my It Cosmetics Glow, I think it's called Glow. I'll list it down below. It's the Bye Bye Under Eye Illuminate, that's the one. And just buffing that under my under eye. I was getting a little bit bad bags under my eyes for this particular day, so I usually use that when I'm finding I'm feeling a little bit tired or puffy. It covers everything and it's really good, especially if you're wanting an illuminating look. This is really good because it just brightens it up and gives it a little bit extra shimmer rather than the concealer being really matte. Then once I have done all of that, I am going to set my under eyes. I am using my Kat Von D in the Lock-It loose powder in the shade Petal. I absolutely love this loose powder. I feel like it is perfect for my skin tone. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it. It's pretty affordable too, which is really good. Then I am going to be taking my Global Glow by MAC and just carving out my cheekbones because we're going for a little bit more of an illuminated look. I am not going to go really heavy on setting my face with powder. Sometimes I feel like it makes it go a little bit too matte. So using this mineralized powder, it just gives it that little bit extra setting but still luminosity. I'm satisfied with that color. I'm going to go in with another product that I've been loving lately, and it is from the brand BYS. You can get it from Kmart and it is super affordable. It is a liquid illuminizer and it is in the shade Strobe. I like to apply this, as you can see as you'll be able to see, just with the rounded part of my beauty blender, and I just like to dab that on. You can also set it with a powder highlighter if you like, or you can just leave it alone just with that. I am going to set it with a powder. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I'm just going to fan brush that and really kind of pile drive that on my face. I really want it to look quite illuminated because this is a springtime look. I like to put this all over my face, as you can see, especially because my skin is quite dry. I can afford to have it in those areas. Now with the darkest shade that we used in our outer V, I am going to use a flat bullet brush and just run that along my lower lash line. I'm really going to smoke this out because we didn't go too heavy on the lid. Then grabbing that lightest shade that we used as our transition and the fluffy brush and just buff that in just to sort of soften that look up so that it's not too harsh on that lower lash line. And again, with that color that we used on our eyebrow bone, we're going to add that into the inner corner. This is just going to brighten up the look, as you can tell already, and give it that really summer look. Now this is what I was talking about with this mascara. I really love that you can do this with the end of it. It really separates it and just gives it that nice fluffy look, and you can get it into the areas that you find really, really hard to reach without getting it on the skin, which is why I love that. Then I'm using the NYX pencil in Peekaboo Neutral. I'm going to just pop that all over my lips and just overdraw my lips a little bit as well. Then I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Cosmetics Melted Mattes in Cool Girl. This is from the newer range. I really like this because it's a nude tone, but it also has that real coolness to about it. So it's not too dark and it suits pretty much any skin tone as well. Then to finally set this whole look, I am going to be using my absolute favorite TARTE Dewy Skin Mist. This makes you look so dewy. I love it. And that comes to the end of my makeup tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I really am so excited for summer to be right around the corner, and with spring only 2 days away, like I mentioned earlier, I am so excited to get into makeup looks, especially to be able to start doing different looks that you can do for weddings or events or any sort of occasions as a guest, or it being about you. So please let me know down below what makeup looks you would like me to create. I'm especially into doing, you know, celebrity inspired makeup looks. So if you have seen any of your favorite celebrities makeup looks that you're curious and interested in wanting to know how to create, please let me know down below in the comment bar. I love reading you guys' comments. It makes my day. But also, if you did enjoy this glowy makeup look, please just give this video a massive thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to my online family, please make sure you do. The red bell button is down below also, so you can hit that and be notified every single time I post a video, which is once a week. And I think I'm going to do Saturdays because I'm feeling like that is the best day for me to be able to put out a video for you. So if you want to be notified, like I said, hit that red bell. But also all my socials will be down below, so you can come past and say hello to me on any of my social media platforms, because I love it when you guys do. But until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!